How can organisations extend learning content to customers and to their supply chain? What we're talking about here is what so many organisations have been talking about and doing. It's moving from the enclosed learning environment to the extended enterprise. Kenny, 60 seconds, starting now.
So I think one of the things that we've done, and one of the steps that we've taken, is that we've not restricted visibility of resources or courses or e-learning or anything like that. Everyone from a cameraman to the chief exec can see exactly what's available right across the organisation. So you're not dictating that by a job profile is one way. I think one of the things that we haven't yet knocked off is looking at how we make content available to customers. But what we've done is a lot in service of customers. So we work with people right across the organisation and also our external business partners, so third-party contact centres. And we make content available to them as well, because at the end of the day, that's the service of our customers. And we want our customers to receive the same level of service regardless of who they speak to, whether that be a Sky employee or somebody serving that customer on behalf of Sky. So that's been a big part for us over the last year, making that content available and not discriminating to make sure that the customer gets the best service possible.
So that's what you're doing. There's a benefit to it, but how do you do it? What's the actual technology, techniques that you're using?
So it's been about opening up our learning management system and making it completely transparent across the different levels and different roles in the organisation. And then taking what's available on that and giving that to our outsourced partners as well.
Right.
So they can, in the same way that they can connect into our network to access the customer management system,
right,
they can also access a learning management system as well,
okay,
and have access to the same content as Sky employees.
So your learning management system is becoming like an essential piece of infrastructure that you extend to everybody you're touching?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody on the panel got any reaction to Kenny? Rose?
Okay, as you did mention Edward de Bono, I'd like to take a lateral slice across the last three questions with respect to this and say it seems to me that this helps you to do the how do you know people have learned what they've learned. It feeds into learning design around self-assessment of how you've learned, because if you don't know how much you've learned, you don't know how you can use the resources to best effect. So it seems to me it absolutely creates a nice seam across knowing how well you're doing.
Brilliant. Charles, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like the idea of Kenny's to open up your learning management system. Why not host a community of customers who share experiences as to how to use the products better?
Yeah.
And if you do that, you're adding value. You're not selling a drill, you're selling a hole, to use an analogy I heard earlier. And if you're adding value, you're going to build customer loyalty.
Yeah.
You're giving them more, and they'll come back and hopefully buy more. Certainly that's the perspective of the customer.
And of course, increasingly, people expect this as part of the environment. Well, I should be able to communicate with other people. Jenny, from towards maturity, do we have any data to reflect on what people have said?
Absolutely, and there are probably three different aspects here. We've got, like Kenny, opening up to their customers to help train their customers. Some 42% of organisations now use the learning technologies to help train customers.
Wow.
And extending that facility is not a new thing, but it is an increasing trend. We find associated with that 36% are e-enabling customer service training, i.e. the skills of their customer service and customer-facing staff. And when we look at the most mature organisations, that boosts up to over 50%.
Right.
And then I guess the third aspect to it is that we're looking to learning technologies to actually help improve customer satisfaction. And whilst 3/4 of organisations are looking to that improvement, only 1/3 are actually managing to achieve it.
Right.
But those that are seeing a 20% improvement in their measures of customer satisfaction from using learning technologies.
Wow.
20% improvement in their customer service.
Wow. Okay, so that's straight back to Charles's point. It's worth doing it for very solid business reasons, absolutely. All right, I'm going to pass the question out to you. Let's get some audience feedback, and I shall ask for comment. Grab your handsets one last time. How can organisations extend learning content to customers and supply chains? We've got 5 answers, take some time to read it, and let's get some feedback. Let's see the results. Whoa! Online support networks, clear winner. Panel, any reaction to that?
I think there is a content role as well. We've got increasing amounts of data on what customers want, and why not respond to that by creating content that meets those requirements?
I think something that just strikes me is that there's a duplication. So while we are in an organisation creating online content for our employees, we also have people creating online content for our customers and working on a huge e-service project, and we need to link the two better.
Okay, cool. Very good. I'm going to go towards the close now. There is one further question I would like to ask the panel, though, before we do that. So, panel, I think this has been sprung on you. I'm not sure you're ready for it. So I'll give you a chance. This is probably the least, ergonomically, the least comfortable way to read, which is leaning and reading over your left shoulder. But the question is, which is the one biggest opportunity that cloud technologies can offer to improve workplace performance? So what's the one big opportunity? Who wants to go first?
I think building engagement of the employee by empowering them to learn when they want to and what they want to. Yeah. As long as it's, I think it's important as well that it's content and they can access content that enables them to perform better in their jobs.
Okay, so it has to be work relevant, but even by providing work relevant content, you can improve employee engagement. Yeah. Rose.
I think it's about tapping in to the distributed knowledge and skills across your network by getting teams to work together, because working in a team that solves a complex problem is very motivating for the individual and for the team, and it's something that cloud technologies enable us to do that we can't do without them.
The learning is almost incidental to the fact that you're working together as a team to solve a problem. Absolutely. And guess what? At the end of it, you've learned stuff. Fantastic. Charles?
I'd pick up on the word performance specifically. In a world where we have so many resources and sources of information, the organisation has to be clear about what it's expecting of its employees. And so I think the opportunity is to really emphasise your goals and let them find their own path.
Yeah. There we go. Respect them. And Jenny?
Yes, I think we've been showing that mature organisations can generate much better performance improvement through the use of the cloud. So I'll just throw out a challenge to everybody to expect more from their learning technologies and actually to demand more.